Hey you guys, and welcome back to Dollar Workout Club. We're doing an amazing leg and glute workout today. My name is Lynn, this is Natalie here in yellow, and this is Drew over in red. And the reason for our color scheme is when someone's wearing green, they're showing the beginner or modified version of the exercises today. Yellow does the intermediate level, and then red is going to show the most advanced version of today's exercise. And I know I'm torturing you because if you've been following us this week, you already did a leg Tabata, but I'm doing it because I love you. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to show the exercise moves we're doing today. Natalie's going to show both the green and the yellow version. Drew will show the red, and then we're going to go ahead into the warm-up and explain the exercise for you today. So the first move we're going to be doing is lunges. Now for the green or beginner level, what I want you to do is get near a wall, or you can even use a chair that you hold on for a little bit of stability. You're going to step forward, and then you're gonna bend your back knee down a little bit. Now you don't have to go all the way down. You'll see the yellow is gonna go a little bit deeper. You can actually just go down a little bit, and then you're gonna push off your back of the heel to come back to the starting position. So again, she steps out, she brings that back knee down, and then she pushes off her heels to go back up, keeping her chest up that whole time, which is important, keeping proper form. And we'll remind you throughout the exercises. So for the yellow or intermediate level, you're doing the same thing. You're gonna step out far, you're gonna bring that back knee, but now she's bringing it all the way down to the ground as far as you can go, pushing off that heel and then coming right back up. So as you can see, she pushes off her heel, she comes back up, and you alternate legs for every time you come up, okay? So right leg, then left leg, then right leg, and so on. For Drew, he's doing the same move, but he's doing jumping lunges, which is my nemesis. I'm glad I'm not red today. So you're gonna have your legs wide, you're gonna come down, and then you're gonna jump and switch your legs midair and go right back down. You'll see that he's actually not breaking. He's jumping and going right back down, touching his knee all the way down, and he's doing that continually throughout. So pretty hard movement. The next move we're doing is high knees. So for the green version, you're actually gonna just raise your knees really high. You're not gonna actually run or jog. You're just gonna lift them really high like Natalie's doing here. It's great to have your hands out like she's showing so that you really make sure you're lifting those knees as high as you can. If you can't get that high, that's okay. And you wanna try to go as fast of a pace as possible for you. For the yellow level, you're gonna be kind of jogging and bringing those knees up high in place. You're gonna be going a little bit faster like Natalie shows here. She's gonna be kind of jumping, and you can go at the pace that's best for you, but if you're doing the red version, you're really amping up your speed. So Drew's gonna show you here, he's really bringing those knees up high. He's going quick, swift, kind of sprinting while keeping those knees way up, okay? The next move we're gonna be doing is bridges. So this is a great glute workout, you guys. At the green version and the yellow version, the red version, in a way we're doing it all the same with just a slight variation. Green is going to be doing it without any weight. You're going to be laying down, your knees are going to be bent, your arms are down by your side for support and stability, and you'll leave them there throughout the entire movement. Then you're going to lift at your hips, bringing it up high, and then you're going to be squeezing your glutes at the top, and then lowering back down, bringing those hips up high, squeezing at the top and back down, kind of putting your weight in the heels like you see Natalie doing right there. So that's the green version. Yellow's doing the exact same thing, but they're going to grab a weight. So Natalie's grabbing a weight that's good for her. She's going to be placing that across her hip bone right there, and then she's going to be holding that in place as she comes up and doing the exact same motion and squeezing her glutes at the top. And what's great about this, you guys, you could really use anything around your house. I mean, Natalie brought over some things that she thought she might do for this exercise.
Before we started filming, I thought, what could I use around my house that has weight? I could use a dumbbell.
You could.
Or I could use a spaghetti squash.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or I could use a big old bottle of wine.
Really, you can use whatever you have in your house.
Now that's
really,
motivation. I think.
That's motivation.
Hey, there's your party afterwards. No. But really, like, we kind of joke around about it, but at Dollar Workout Club, we want to show you how you don't have to spend a lot of money on expensive weights or a lot of equipment. Truly, it doesn't matter what you're using as long as it just has a little bit of resistance. So this is probably about 6 or 7 pounds. This is a massive spaghetti squash. So anything that's, between 5 to 10, 15 pounds, right in that range would be perfect.
Yeah, so use anything around your house, you guys. We were joking, but we're not joking.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Drew's doing the same move. The only difference is he's doing it one leg at a time. So it's putting a lot more weight, so that way he's working his glutes more. So you'll see that he has one leg up, one leg down. He's gonna come up, squeeze his glutes at the top, the same exact move, but just one leg is off the ground. And it doesn't matter, you can have your leg down a little bit further. It doesn't really matter where you hold your leg up. You're just doing it on one leg. And then every other round he's switching. So you're not gonna only do the left hand for all 8 rounds. You're gonna be switching. So every other round, you're gonna rotate to the next leg. And then the last move we're doing, which is at the very end of the exercise, we're gonna do some calf raises. which are pretty simple. Everyone's doing it the exact same. The only difference is if you're a beginner, if you want to use a wall or chair for stability, that's great just because you could hold on to something to help out a little bit. Like you can, just like Natalie's showing here, you're just going to raise up from your heels, come on up and squeeze and go back down. We're going to be doing that towards the very end of the exercise routine. So those are the moves we're doing today.
She's showing off her nice calves.
They are amazing.
No,
she has nicer calves than Drew.
Oh,
just saying.
Team skinny calves over there.
It's okay, Team Skinny Calves. We're building these calves.
They're like a push-up bra for your calves. They push it up.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Bigger.
So Natalie and I are going to go ahead and go into the warm-up. Please do the warm-up with us. It's great to warm up those muscles before we jump into a rigorous exercise routine. And Drew's going to explain the workout while Natalie and I are doing this.
Okay, so we're following the same format that we've done the rest of this week, which is Tabata. Okay, so we're doing 3 different exercises in Tabata style. So it's 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. The first Tabata, which is a total 4 minutes long, we're doing the lunges, okay, for 4 minutes. After that Tabata, we are having 1 minute of rest. Then we're going straight into high knees for 4 minutes, 1 minute of rest, and then bridges, 4-minute Tabata there. And then as soon as that's done, we're going straight into calf raises for a minute, as many as you can do. Go all out or until failure. And remember, the Tabata style is 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. If you get confused or lost, doesn't matter. Just follow the color that you feel the most comfortable with. And just follow us. We'll show you what to do. Okay, so we're doing some high knees.
Yep, we just have a little less than 10 seconds left of some high knees. And we're just going to do a few light squats afterwards to just kind of warm up those legs. You don't have to go down that far, especially if you're green. Just a little bend. Just really just warming our bodies up.
Oh, man. All right.
All right.
It's going to be a doozy.
It is. We got it.
All right, you guys, we're starting in about 10 seconds from now, so it's important to get close to your station, wherever you're going to be doing the moves, okay? Because we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember that we're doing 20 seconds of this move, so you're trying to keep as consistent and intense a pace as possible. You don't want to overdo it because we do have 8 full rounds, but try to keep that consistency up. Sometimes count your reps. Make sure you're doing that each round or getting as close as possible. 3, 2, 1, and break.
Oh, man, that's going to burn.
That's going to burn. Really utilize the 10 seconds. It comes fast. All right, we're doing it again. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Make sure that when you're lunging, you're pushing off with the back of your heel that's out in the front, all right? So if you push off with your toe, you're not going to get as good a form as if you push off with your heel.
Go down as deep as you can with that back knee. The further you go down, the more benefit you're going to see. It's a little bit harder. And break.
Those are going to get
already
hard.
Sore.
I know a lot of people don't like leg day, but I can tell you from personal experience that, hold on,
1, and go.
I naturally have like real flat butt, and it wasn't until I started doing a lot more lunges and squats that I actually got some shape in my booty.
Yep.
So lunges and squats, and you'll see us do deadlifts too. Those are the 3 main exercises to
3, 2, 1, and rest.
It's going to be hard to walk.
Yep. Shaking those legs out a little bit. You guys are doing awesome. Focus on form. Starting again. 3, 2, 1, and go. Those breaks are really small. It's keeping that intensity up, keeping that heart rate up so that you have a longer afterburn, okay? Just do the best you can. Even if you're tired, try to keep moving. Again, because you can go at different varying degrees, but keep challenging yourself to move and only rest during the 10-second break if possible. And break.
Good job, guys. Halfway done.
Good job. 3,
These are getting hard.
2, 1, and go. Remember, as you're lunging, sometimes we tend to think as we lunge forward, we hinge forward. You don't want to do that. You want to keep your chest up, okay, to keep those shoulders back, the chest high as you lunge forward. You're almost there. 5, 3, 1. All right, shake it out.
I gotta walk it off.
I know. 3, 2, 1, and go. Sometimes when you're doing the Tabatas too, you get towards the end and you find you're not able to keep the form or consistency. If you need to change a level, that's okay, you guys. That's why we like to show you the varying degrees of difficulty for the move. If you need to go from red to yellow, that's okay. And you can even go right back to red. 2, 1, and break.
A lot of times when I'm doing these workouts at home, sometimes I'm in between, so I'll alternate. I'll do 1 Tabata red, 1 Tabata yellow, 1 Tabata red, 1 yellow.
Yep, I do that a lot, especially with the jumping movements.
Yeah.
All right, you guys keep working. Like Natalie said, focus on pushing off from your heel with the foot that's in front. Try to keep up a good pace, keeping that chest high. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1.
Last
All
one,
right.
you guys. We got it.
Oh, man, I've been trying to stay at 12 ever since the third round, I think.
Nice job. 2, 1. All right, last round, best round, as we like to say all week. Trying to keep that consistency up. You can do anything for 20 seconds, or we're almost to 10. Keep challenging yourself. Even if those legs burn, push through it. We're almost there. Breathe. All right. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out.
Good job, you guys. Awesome.
All right, we're gonna have that minute break in between. It's a great time to get a drink of water, rest, catch your breath. We're gonna be going into high knees next.
Make sure you keep those legs moving.
Yeah.
Don't go and sit down now. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, that lactic
get
acid
back
will
up.
start to build up in your legs, and you don't want that. So
Yeah.
sometimes I just do side-to-side toe steps. I tend to do that anyways.
Yeah,
I'm used to
I
holding
call
my kids on my...
This is what we like to call an active recovery. So like they said, instead of just dying and sitting down, we're still moving, we're still keeping that blood flowing. Make it a little bit easier as we start the next round of Tabatas, which are coming up quick, you guys. We have about 30 seconds before we start the high knees. And remember, like Natalie said, if you need to alternate between the levels for each round, that's okay too. Really challenge yourself. If you're kind of in between, do yellow one round and green one round, or red one round and yellow one round. Just really push yourself and challenge yourself. We only have 2 more Tabata sets, and then the workout's done.
10 more seconds.
10 seconds, get
We're
into
gonna
place.
get started.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, high knees.
These workouts are structured and written this way intentionally and on purpose, you guys. We wrote them so that way we get your heart rate up really, really high during the workout, so you don't have to work out for a super long time, but you're still burning a ton of calories, which is gonna help you shed a lot of fat.
Absolutely, we're almost there in this first round. 3, 2, 1, and rest.
Oh, man.
The key with this one is we start to get tired, we tend not to lift our knees as high. So try to push through that, try to consciously lift your knees. 2, 1, think high knees, bringing those knees up as high as possible every round, trying to stay as consistent as you can. And if you focus on form, it kind of helps deter your mind from thinking of how tired you are.
Yeah. Find a happy place in your mind.
Find a happy
It's like
place.
Happy Gilmore.
All right, 3, 2, 1,
Oh,
and rest.
I stopped early there. Dang it.
Stop cheating, Drew.
Sorry.
Jeez. Kidding.
I'll start early.
Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and go.
See,
High
made it.
knees, keeping up that heart rate, keeping that intensity. Like Natalie said, this burns a lot more fat. Tabata, they did a huge study that showed a group that did 1 Tabata and a group that did 60 minutes of low intense exercise. And the group that did 1 Tabata actually lost more weight. Pretty intense. 2, and break. And the reason for that is a lot of times lower intensity, you burn during, but you don't burn as much afterwards. They call it afterburn. 3, 2, 1, go. But with these type of intensity exercises, you burn during, but you also burn a lot of calories after you're done. So the afterburn is pretty high. So if you can't breathe, that's okay. Keep trying, keep moving.
And you see me yawn a lot probably during these workouts. It's not because I'm bored. It's just because
Break.
that's my body's natural reaction when I start to get tired. I think it's trying to get more oxygen in my body. So if you're like that, let me know.
3, 2, 1, and go. I know we used to joke around with Natalie, asking her if we were boring her, but she does it even when she leaves, so.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's my body's response to just hard exercise.
If you're not tired, pick up the speed. Change the level. Really challenge yourself, you guys, because we only have these last 2 Tabatas, and we're more than halfway done with this one. Okay, and break.
Good job, you guys. My hip flexors are definitely feeling it right up in here. My glutes, your cheeks.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep that core engaged. Knees are coming up high. Even if you're not jogging or going as fast as red or yellow, you still want to move those knees up and down as fast as possible. Really getting that heart rate up. You can tell I'm still out of breath, even though I'm not jogging, okay? 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're almost there, you guys.
Good job, you guys. Keep pushing.
Let's really focus on going faster than you've gone the other 6 rounds, or these last 2 rounds. We got this.
2, 1, and go.
I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit for these last 2 rounds. Come on, Team Yellow. We got this.
Yep, keep that intensity up. I like to try to push myself the hardest on the last round.
So from the side, you really want to try and get your legs parallel to the ground as you can.
2, 1. All right, one last round, like we like to say, last round, best round, okay? Pick up that intensity, stay consistent, you guys. Maybe even try to go harder than you've done the other rounds. 2, 1, finish strong. High knees, keeping those knees up, keeping that speed up. Looks like Natalie's trying to go faster than Drew. Try to get a little competitive.
Hey,
now Drew's trying to bring it up.
Hey, this was smart of me. I went slow the whole time till the last round. Woo!
Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice job, you guys.
Good job, you guys. Virtual high five. All right, bridges are next.
Catch your breath.
You got a minute.
Get a drink of water. Try to still actively recover, moving from side to side a little bit, keeping that blood going. Again, we're going to be going into our bridge Tabata. All right, after our bridge Tabata, we are ending with one extra move, which is different from what we've done this whole week, so don't give up after that one.
This one's a little bit easier because there's not a lot of movement involved. So it's a little bit easier on the lungs, but you'll be feeling a good burn in your butt.
So go get that heavy wine bottle or that big old squash or a toddler or something. Anything that's weighted for Team Yellow, all right?
20 seconds, you guys.
Now what I want to...
Remember, if you're screaming our name after this Tabata, that I'm doing this because I love your buns. See what I did there? Love your buns.
Now if you're at home, just don't open that wine bottle. That'd be funny, actually. Hip thrust, sip. Hip thrust.
Hip thrust, sip. All right, get into position, you guys. We're starting in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and go.
If you haven't noticed already, we like to have fun here at Dollar Workout Club. All right, we treat you guys just like we treat our best friends because we feel like you guys are our friends. We love hearing from you, and we love joking around with you.
Squeeze those glutes at the top, you guys, and really suck in your core. Rest.
Now, if you're red, remember you're switching on each one. So now we're going to do the opposite leg that you just did.
3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, squeezing that core in tight. Think belly button to spine. Really engaging your core too. And then as you push up, squeeze those glutes right at the top. And you're digging in on your heels, okay? So dig those heels into the ground as you come all the way up and squeeze. Focusing on good form. 2, 1, and rest.
Switch legs for red.
Yeah, make sure you're keeping track in your head.
Almost there.
3, 2, 1, and go. I was going to say, you may notice that you're not as out of breath, but your buns will be burning.
You guys will notice that when I do these, I stick my toes in the air a little bit and I dig in with my heels. And then I try and focus on getting my shoulder blades up off the ground, which means I'm really lifting my booty high up in the air.
2, 1, break. Good job, you guys.
Almost there.
And 2, 1, and go. Yeah, I'm actually already feeling pretty fatigued in both my glutes and my quads on this. If you're feeling really fatigued and you're not sure what to do and you're at the lower level, then you can still go slower, okay? You don't have to be going as fast as I'm going. You could do each move a little bit more controlled and at a slower pace to make it a little bit easier. Rest.
All right. How many more rounds?
2,
4 more rounds?
1, and go. We're halfway through, which is awesome. And we're almost to the very end.
Sometimes it's so easy to want to give up sometimes on these workouts or quit a little bit early. But what I always remind myself is that when I'm working out, I feel so much better about myself. And it really has very little to do with how I change physically or how I look physically.
Great.
But it's about allowing myself 15 minutes a day just to focus on myself. And it always boosts my confidence and makes me a little bit happier.
And go. I love that you said that. I actually was reading a really cool article the other day showing they did a study about women, and women that took time to exercise, regardless of their results, or if they actually lost weight, they were more confident and happier.
Yeah.
Just taking that extra time and accomplishing something. All right, 3, 2, 1, and
Oh
rest.
my
Oh my gosh, I am burning.
Me
You also
too.
feel this in your hamstrings too.
Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, I feel it in my
Glutes and
hammies,
hamstrings.
my quads, my glutes. 3, 2, 1, and go. Last couple rounds, you guys. Try to keep that consistency, that pace up. Don't give up towards the end, like Natalie said. And mind over matter, we're almost there. Squeeze those glutes at the top. 3, 2, 1.
So I have a funny story about this exercise. One time I was actually at a gym trying to do this, except I put my feet up on a stability ball and I was squeezing my glutes.
Go.
Ready to go. But last round, guys, I was squeezing my glutes up in the middle of the exercise and pop, the ball flew out from under my feet and the weight fell off. It was pretty embarrassing. All right, guys, 7 seconds
Man,
left.
push through, you guys. I know I am fatigued. Keep going, almost there. 2, 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, my
All right,
legs.
get ready for
Hey,
calf
guys.
raises.
10 seconds, and we're going to
5.
go right into calf raises.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Now with calf raises, you could do it with your feet straight forward, your feet slightly out, or even bent in.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like a duck, I always say, when you do it this way, but it's going to work different parts of your calf muscle.
Yeah.
Or you can go like this, and that looks like a plie almost.
Exactly.
So a lot of times I'll split this up and do 20 seconds of straight forward, 20 seconds pointing out, and 20 seconds of pointing in. It'll really help build nice, strong calf muscles.
Almost there, you guys.
I need to hold on to something.
Yeah, let's show off for calves.
We're about halfway through.
Yeah.
We're 30 seconds in. Keep going, you guys. I'm switching up my calf motion as well. You can hold on to something if you need.
Whew. If your calves are burning, it's okay to take a quick couple second break.
Ah.
Our calves are one of those muscles that are used throughout the day, so they get worked throughout the day, and we don't really take time to focus on them in the gym, but doing these kinds of
We have 10 more
raises
seconds.
definitely help out with definition, even though you don't always see it like mine.
3, 2, 1. Oh,
gosh.
I wanted to kill you at the end with calves because I love you. Oh, man. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and go straight into our cool down and do some stretches. So we're going to start with our quad stretch. So I like to grab near something for a little bit of stability. Grab the back of your leg, keeping those legs in close together. Okay, sometimes we tend to push it out. Trying to grab, really pulling that up to your butt. You should feel that throughout your quad and also a little bit in your hip flexor here. If you're not able to actually grab that back leg, you can put that back leg on something like a step or a chair, and it still work the same muscle. Switch inside.
Sometimes holding on to my other earlobe helps me stay balanced.
Yeah.
And then I said this before, but you want to make sure that your knee isn't pointed all the way out here. The closer your knees are to each other, the better that stretch is going to be.
All right, we're gonna go into our calf stretch, which is definitely needed. You can go ahead and you can do it like Drew's doing, where he has 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. You know how Natalie's doing, where she's pressing her leg back, or I'm gonna do it against a wall, leaning forward. So there's a few different ways that you can stretch.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That was a good
Afterburn.
workout. Switch.
You know, occasionally, earlier this week we did some sprints, and occasionally I will hear people tell me that they get some shin splint pain from running in place or from running. And some exercises you can do for that, if you sit at a desk during the day, when you're sitting down in your chair, write the alphabet with your foot. Trace the letter A in the air, the letter B, and that will really help stretch out your muscles along your shin bone right there.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Go ahead and take your leg, put it over your other one with your knee bent. Just hug that leg in. We're stretching our glutes out, especially after those bridges. Should feel pretty good.
Pull it into your chest as hard as you can.
Another thing you can do if you have shin splint pain is what I like to do is buy those little paper Dixie cups and fill them completely to the top with ice, and then just rip just a teeny bit off the top and use that Dixie cup and rub it right along your shin bone, and it'll really isolate and target that area. Do that like 5 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day, and you'll notice a big difference in your shin splints.
If you can't tell, Natalie's a runner. She has like way good running trips. Switch legs. I didn't know that about the drawing the alphabet through foot. It's a good idea.
It does help a lot.
Especially for all of us that, like, a lot of us sit a lot. I know even for us, it seems like that's all we do is exercise, but we actually sit down and answer a lot of emails and your comments and your questions. So we're at a desk a lot too.
Yep.
Oh, all right, you guys, we're wrapping up. Make sure you stick around to watch the recipe video and the motivation video. Those are some of my favorites. And you guys did awesome today. I'm really proud of you. We only have one more Tabata to finish Tabata week, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
See you guys.
Natalie, Drew, and Lynn here, and we are answering your guys' questions that you've asked us. And this is a good question. It's one that we get all the time. It's from Keisha, and she says, hey, I know you, Natalie, have had 2 large babies and have loose skin on your abdomen when you bend over. I saw your video on the Own It campaign. I also have this skin from having 6 kids in 6.5 years. Wow, that's amazing. You are amazing. But I can see it even when standing. What are ways to help this shrink more? Also, I have problem areas around the love handles and lower abs and would like a workout to help tone that area. I know that is 80% diet and I'm working on that part. Okay, so that's a 2-part question. So here's the thing about the stretched skin. There are some things, minor things that you can do that will slightly improve the stretched skin, like drinking enough water and eating a really clean diet. But for the most part, the skin during those pregnancies got really, really stretched, and sometimes there's only so much elasticity in your skin, and there may get a point where it will never go back to how it was pre-baby. And at that point, unfortunately, the only answer is a skin reduction surgery. So, I mean, there are some minor things you can do to slightly improve the tone, but drastic things, unless you want to do surgery, really aren't going to change too much.
Yeah, you only have so much skin everyone's skin elasticity is different. A lot of that has to do with heredity, unfortunately, which is, I know, not the sexy answer that everyone wants to hear. They want like some type of magic potion or lotion. And like Natalie said, exercise and staying hydrated, and, there are some lotions and stuff like that might help minorly. And actually, a lot of times people, as they're losing weight, their skin elasticity does go back to a certain point, and it takes sometimes up to a year. I had a friend and a client that happened to, where it had, they had a lot more loose skin, and then a year later it actually was better. But then it did get to a point where it wasn't going to go any tighter from there, at which point, like Natalie said, the really only alternative would be skin surgery.
Yeah, and one thing to add in there is to remember, one of the things you could do is to get your body fat percentage tested and see where you're at and see if it really is loose skin, or if there is some room for some fat to help shrink those areas. So get your body fat tested, get a baseline, and then just work from there, staying consistent on lowering your body fat percentage until you get to a place where you're like, I can't go hardly any lower. And then if it's still loose, then yeah, the only thing you could do would be a skin reduction surgery. But get your body fat tested first, see where you're at, see where you can get to, and see if that helps improve it.
Yeah, and even a skin reduction surgery, I mean, you're still going to have a big scar that goes from hip to hip, and it's a big deal. So it's something you really, really need to seriously consider. Or like I showed in my Perfectly Imperfect video that I did for Heidi Powell's campaign, sometimes you just need to accept it and focus on the things you do have the ability to change, which very quickly leads into the second part of your question. You asked about the love handle areas, and the reality is that all of us carry our weight in different parts in our body, and you can't spot reduce. You only can lower your overall body fat, which is primarily going to happen with your nutrition and then general burning calories in general from exercise. Focusing on doing a ton of planks or sit-ups, in my opinion, isn't the best solution for targeting that area, because you really don't burn a lot of calories when you're just holding a plank. The best thing you can do is try and focus on exercise that burns the most amount of calories in a short period of time, like HIIT training, HIIT, high intensity interval training, Tabata training, all the workouts that we do here at Dollar Workout Club.
Yeah.
I hope that's helpful for you. If you have any other specific questions that we didn't answer or go over, please leave them in the comments below. The three of us do read all the comments, and we love hearing from you guys, and we can answer any other questions in further videos.
See you guys.
Hey guys, we just want to take a second to let you know how much we appreciate you. Dollar Workout Club wouldn't be a club without each of you guys, and you mean so much to us.
Yeah, and we want you guys to leave your comments. There's a section below where you can talk about if you've tried the recipe, or how you thought of the workout, or how you did in the workout, or questions about the motivational tips. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below.
Yeah, and don't forget to invite your friends, you guys, to join us here at Dollar Workout Club. And don't forget to follow us on social media using these handles below.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.